Standing and siring champions, Kentuckiana Farms 2009 yearling videos are now available for download. Visit www.kentuckyanafarms.com.
Is it now, and do you make money doing it?
The last 2 years, I have lost money betting. I can freely admit that, but my number of wagers and the amount of bets that I've made have decreased significantly for all of the reasons that you just stated. It's much, much more difficult now for me personally to gain an edge on everybody, mostly due to the amount of information that is now available out there. Anybody can log on to your own betting account, or YouBet, or NJ Bets, or even at the racetrack, you can watch race replays. You have that availability. That was something that 15, 20 years ago, nobody could do. So if you were, very, very good at watching races and taking notes and things like that, you immediately had a big edge on everybody else that showed up at the track that night and opened the program and didn't see the race that you saw, because we all know that sometimes these lines, they're very, very deceiving, especially in a harness race, especially on a small-sized track. The ability to watch qualifiers, Murray, you know as well as I, 15 years ago there were 3 guys there that watched qualifiers, and that gave us an enormous advantage over just about everybody else. Plus, even just the past performance data that is available in the program nowadays. If you collar Bob Hayden one day and you ask him to show you one of the programs from when the Meadowlands opened in 1976 or 1977, you'd be astounded at how little information was actually there. And doing the jobs that I do at the Meadowlands, being the morning line maker and the program handicapper and things like that, I have access to the entry sheet. We call it an overnight. I saw one of the gentlemen over here holding it. So you can see which horses Dave Miller was listed on, and then when the program comes out, you can see which one he chose. Very, very important. If you just show up with the program, obviously you have no idea that he was listed on 3 of those entrants and he chose to drive one horse in particular, and get stuck with the most disadvantaged, missed the worst spot to start from. It's going to make everybody inside of him rethink their theory. Now, you're in that division. Mm-hmm. Well Said has post 8. How does that affect what you're thinking about doing early in the race?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a disadvantage for him. Because people are going to be more apt to take a shot. Trying to get position, and it may end up putting him in a bad spot or making him use his horse really hard to get where he wants to be, and it's just it's a big disadvantage, that's for sure.
So much so that he's not even the morning line favorite in that division. Jimmy Takter, who's standing right here, has Vintage Master coming off a win in a pacing Triple Crown race to Crane, the cane pace at Freehold. That gives him a tremendous advantage. So anybody who has any questions about Vintage Master or any of the 3 Jugette entries that he has in today, standing right there, Mr. Takter. He can train pacers too. A lot of people don't understand that. Handicapping just much, much more difficult nowadays. I mean, I still love the sport. That'll never, ever go away.